Man, it's been 15 years. So in 2008, I was divorced, depressed, struggling financially and mentally. I was working as a probation officer and a college coach at Urbana University. My kids lived in Michigan, and I would drive 4 hours round trip to pick them up every other weekend. That was a very difficult time in my life because my kids meant the world to me. Even though I was in church at that time, I was really struggling. I was struggling with seeing anything good. Honestly, I had no hope. The definition of hope is an optimistic state of mind that is based on expectation of positive outcomes with respect to events and circumstances in one's life or the world at large. As a verb, its definition includes expect with confidence and to cherish with desire and anticipation. I remember one Christmas, my finances were depleted. I had no money. I could barely afford gas money to pick up my kids and food for us to eat. I would take them to McDonald's and get food off the dollar menu. My budget at that time was anywhere from $3 to $10 to feed them. And I would go to the Caring Kitchen, which is a homeless shelter or a food pantry here in Urbana. And that's where I would go to eat. Although I'm grateful for the Caring Kitchen, it was a very humbling experience to say the least to have to go there to eat. Here I am with an engineering degree, working as a probation officer by day and a college coach at night, and I could barely afford to pay rent and feed my kids. I had stopped getting my kids on Christmas because I couldn't afford to get them any presents. And as a father and a man, not only was this disheartening, but it was discouraging. One Christmas, my pastor, Pastor Dan, had reached out to me and just wanted to know how Christmas was going. And I had shared with him that I was going to stay at home and I didn't have any gifts for my kids. Christmas Eve night, Pastor Dan stopped by with 2 huge trash bags filled with toys dropped off from Santa. Well, in this story, Santa was the American Thunder Motor Club. And my kids had woke up the next morning super excited about what they found under the Christmas tree. The powerful thing for me as a father was I was reminded that hope is real and it exists. Not only do I know that God is my source and my provider, but God can use anyone to strengthen or renew our faith and our hope in Him. I just want to take this time to say thank you on behalf of all those that have been touched and impacted by this amazing organization. Because if it wasn't for them, in a very disappointing and tough time in my life where I was struggling with seeing hope, they helped rekindle a hope in me. Thank you very much for what you do.